because of my evolution. I've been graced with a more ferocious appearance, not unlike your own noble visage.
You say that, but the only thing that comes to mind when I see your look is a mobster who just discovered cosplay.
What's more, accompanying my brand new form, I was also fortunate enough to be blessed with a true name. As such, I ask that you call me 𝐜𝐴𝐴
Monster, episode number 8. This episode was called Reorganization. Reason for that is there was a lot of reorganization being done. There was a lot of temporary people coming into the settlement. There was a lot of people leaving. There was a lot of people coming in, doing a job, leaving once again. And then obviously the ending with the humans, with 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿 basically saying like, yeah, 𝐜𝐴𝐴, saying, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take these human girls back, because I want to keep my word. And he let them know up front too. Obviously, they're feeling a type of way of like, why is he getting rid of us? Does he not want us anymore? They've grown a really strong attachment to our boy. But in the end, he's telling them like, hey, if you guys want to come back, that's okay. But I think you guys need to go back and make an appearance, and then you guys can come back to me, kind of thing. But I need to keep my word with you guys. I said when you guys were brought here that I would one day soon return you guys back to the humans, or to the human settlement. And the other part that he wants to go is just out of sheer curiosity. He wants to go to the human settlement. He wants to go to the human town, kingdom, village, whatever the hell they're going to. He has a deep curiosity for it to kind of set out on this little journey on his own as well. Set up a lot of people back home with a lot of different tasks and things that they need to complete. You know, like the crops and fields and everything else. But like this is his kind of main next thing. And you got to respect it. You know, you got to respect him holding, you know, very close to his word of, even though they desire to stay with him, that, you know, he wants to go ahead and, you know, keep his word that he said to them. So definitely love that, you know, a lot. Now, the episode overall, I do think, genuinely, I do legitly think that this was the most okay episode of the season. There was one moment where the Cobalt dog had evolved or whatever, and he was like, this looks like a mobster, looks like a Yakuza guy who found out about cosplay. And that line hit me in the funnies, and I hella laughed. I was dying. He was like, it looks like a mobster found out about cosplay. Because he did look, he's like, oh, I am Sakamoguchi, or whatever the hell he said, or whatever. And, you know, just that line alone hit me in the funny. I was like, that's the funniest shit I've heard all week. It just really got me, like, big time. I was like, that's some funny stuff. The rest of the episode, though, I really feel like it was just an okay episode. You know, taking 𝐜𝐴𝐴 all the way to the forest, taking him to go and make love with the forest dryad. That netted him some really good seedlings and some really good, you know, stuff to be able to go back and harvest so that they can kind of keep themselves afloat. Not only from like the meat standpoint of all the animals that they hunt, but then from like vegetables and fruits and stuff that they can harvest out. So that was a really smart move. He then, you know, his partnership with the elves continued to grow as the the humans who were invading, they're gone. He was asked to come in and participate to the elves kind of like big party that they had, and big send-off for the people that died and stuff. So they were a part of that. So their relationship with the elves was already, you know, pretty tight, but it's even tighter now. And it's being, you know, it's secure for the future. This episode also had them, you know, take or create the sauna, or like the hot baths, or the, you know, whatever you call it. But they, you know, they created that, you know, very Japanese style, very cool stuff that we don't really get over here in the West. They had that, again, in partnership with the elves. Then, again, there was a lot of provisional people that came into play. A lot of, you know, other ogres, other goblins that were more evolved came in and have come in, and because they got their ass kicked, have decided to settle there. There's also some folks that came in to do jobs like create the sauna and stuff that ended up leaving. And then you have the humans that ended up leaving as well, too. And then the people that they had captured during the war, Goblina, or whatever her name is, has kind of like mystified them. So that way they have plugs now everywhere else. So it was a good, you know, episode to be informational. It was a good episode to be contextual. It was a good episode to set up what was going to come next. It was a good episode overall. I just think that this was the most okay episode of the season so far. You know, if I were to rank all 8 episodes, this would be number 8. but that's okay because the anime overall is fantastic, and what's gonna come next is gonna continue to be fantastic. And overall, if I were to say, should you watch, this is like a must watch in my opinion. This is just the most okay episode of the season, but that's okay because it set up a lot of stuff that's going to come next. A lot of stuff that happened this episode, a lot of stuff that's going to come, and a lot of stuff that's going to lead into other things, including like what's going to happen with the prince, you know, how he was given like the fairy stuff, you know, to go and cure his sister or whatever. Like what's going to end up happening there. I'm sure as Gabbro ends up going into the human settlement and stuff, I'm sure he's going to be able to see the fruits of that labor as well too. So overall, really great episode. I'm gonna keep it short. RE Monster episode number 8, fantastic. The most okay episode of the season, but that's okay that it was okay. All right, I'm gonna see you guys next week for episode number 9, my friends. All right, peace out.